Now I'm gonna say already that I liked what I saw from the Sonic Frontiers trailer. I liked seeing all sorts of different things with Sonic running around and all the other great stuff there going on, but I will say one thing. Sonic Frontiers left me with more questions than answers. I feel like this could be a pretty good or great game, but off the bat, just by watching this gameplay trailer, I'm not all that impressed. The funny thing is, when I watched the teaser trailer that released yesterday, I thought that this was going to be a bigger kind of reveal than what we'd already seen. Instead, I feel like this 7-minute trailer that we got right here gave us a lot less content in it than what we saw in the 30-second trailer yesterday. And I say that because I feel like what we saw yesterday in that teaser trailer was a lot more hype-inducing than what we saw today, and that's only because I feel like they had a lot more combat pieces and it was a variety of different things going on there, which made it interesting. However, in this 7-minute trailer, we just got to see Sonic moving around and doing a couple puzzles here and there. The graphics, of course, look great and amazing, and I'm very stoked to see how the game will look at the end of the day when it's released, but I don't know if graphics alone will be enough for me to say that I really enjoyed what I saw here. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, I feel like that this gameplay trailer gave us a lot more questions than answers, and we already had a lot of questions going into this trailer. So, not that it's a bad thing to have more questions, but at the same time, I would have loved to get some of these questions answered in the first place. Like, for example, we don't know what any of the stuff going on here in this trailer is. We have ideas of what they could be, but at the same time, nothing is solid evidence. So we see Sonic running around this hamster wheel thing, and we don't even really know what it does or what it's supposed to be doing in the first place. And yes, I understand the fact that this is supposed to be a gameplay trailer, and it was exactly what they promised yesterday, and they did deliver in that front. It was a Sonic Frontiers gameplay trailer. That in mind, though, as I was watching the trailer, I couldn't find myself jumping out of my seat and screaming over certain things happening, because for the most part, I was just confused because I didn't know anything that was happening. I knew Sonic was running, and it was nice to see his model, actually moving in the first place and see some gameplay here and there, but it felt like a lot of the things that happened in this trailer was just Sonic moving and not even fighting or doing much of anything. And I even noticed that there was a couple times where they almost actively avoided fighting any enemies, and I thought that was kind of bizarre. Again, I know that this is just the first of many upcoming gameplay trailers or reveals that we have for this month in June for Sonic Frontiers. That aside though, if this is supposed to be a gameplay trailer, I was kind of expecting to see a more all-encompassing gameplay trailer of what we'd expect to see in Sonic Frontiers. Instead, I think we only got like one major landscape and Sonic just kind of walking around and running, grinding on rails, and that was about it in this one area. But I think that's enough said. I don't want to go into a tangent and get too deep about what we didn't see. Instead, let's talk about what we did see, and maybe I can provide you some insight on how I'm still optimistic about this game. Now, I feel like this is kind of done to death, but I really do see a large comparison to that of Breath of the Wild. I know people don't like that comparison at all, and I know Phantasy Star Online 2 is probably a better comparison, but I haven't played that game. I've seen small glimpses of gameplay of it, so I really can't say much about it. That in mind, I liked what I saw here regarding the tower, and how you can climb it and do all sorts of other things to get up it. It made it kind of feel like you were able to use any of Sonic's abilities to get done what needed to get done. I feel like it's that level of freedom that's been lacking in the recent Sonic games that could be able to provide here in Sonic Frontiers, whereas you can use any of Sonic's moves to get to a different location, or get to the same location a different way. And I think that makes it all the more fun because you can be kind of creative in what you do, instead of just going through a really linear perspective. Another thing I really enjoyed seeing was the present Sonic elements. I know that when the first teaser came out for this game, a lot of people were wondering where are the springs and all sorts of the other things that make Sonic who he is and the game what it is. And I feel like since they're here, it kind of brings it all together but meshes it with this new format that feels new yet still very appealing. I know it was off-putting to some people to see the rails kind of in the distance somewhere, and I gotta be honest, it is a little weird at first, but I do understand why they're there. I mean, you can't just completely get rid of them and then put them back in when Sonic needs to use them. It kind of makes them seem a little weird, and the world itself feel a little weird. I'm sure there probably is some other way to implement them without making them look like this, but I'm not gonna complain about it. It's not the worst thing ever, and I do like having them there because it does give it that Sonic feel that I want it to have. Speaking of Sonic feel, I think one of the most important things that needs to be discussed here is Sonic's speed. And I feel like he's not going all that fast. Now, I know I wasn't expecting Sonic to be going as fast as he does in Sonic Unleashed in this game, because that would be really, I guess, improbable. You'd have to make the world, like, really big, but That in mind, it doesn't seem like he goes all that fast. I know there is a boost implemented there somehow, some way, because there is no like blue line behind him like there is in past Sonic games, or previous Sonic games rather, but there's still like this little wind thing that happens when Sonic wants to go faster. So in that way, we do know that there is some way for Sonic to gain speed or boost forward, but we don't know how long this is able to happen for, or if there's some sort of stamina limit or anything along those lines. I don't know if I prefer this over the traditional look of the boost that we had before, but it is still there to begin with, and I think that's really important to note. Another thing that happens after this is Sonic's doing tricks, and at first glance, these animations look really, really wonky. I know the poses he's trying to do is if you slow it down, you can kind of get a closer look, but the first thing I thought of when I saw these was how cool it could be to have like some sort of camera mode where you can kind of take a picture of Sonic doing a pose midair, and I feel like that would add more value to the game and would be really fun to do. I mean, people have been asking for a photo mode in a Sonic game for a very long time now, and I feel like this would be the perfect game to deliver on that front. Since we're already on the subject of the animations and how certain things look, we might as well talk about the model and the animations for this model in this game. And I'm going to be honest here, it does look a lot like the Forces model. I don't think much has changed here at all. If there's anything, it's probably very small touch-ups, but a lot of the animations I've seen so far in this trailer are just more refined versions of that I've seen in Sonic Forces, which it just kind of depends on what kind of person you are. Do you like the Forces model or do you not? It's all up to you. For me, I don't really care that much anymore. I'm beginning to just want the game to be good itself and not focus too much on the model. And I know that's not really the best kind of thinking there, but I'm not going to hate this model. I'm not going to say the game is bad because of this model. Do I wish it was something like the Unleashed model? Yes, but I'm not going to sit here and bash it over it. On the bright side, it is really cool to notice here that at the beginning of this IGN first look gameplay trailer, we did get to see this model have an idle animation, and it was actually pretty expressive from what we've seen in the past when it comes to Sonic just kind of standing there and blinking. With this, he kind of turns his head, and there's a little bit more motion there. And I gotta say, I'm very happy to see that kind of thing happening. Something I really didn't talk too much about so far in this video is the puzzle aspect of this game. And the fact that there's going to be multiple puzzles, some relying on Sonic's moves and some relying on just, your own thinking strategies. And I don't mind these. I think they're actually pretty interesting because we've never seen these in Sonic games before, and we know how the puzzle system works overall in video games. So to see Sonic have this kind of thing is kind of a nice idea. I really hope there's more to do in the landscape overall because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, and you probably already know this, but the world kind of looks a little barren, and that's one of my biggest concerns about the gameplay so far. I really don't want Sonic Frontiers to end up like Team Sonic Racing where the lifespan of the game flatlines almost immediately after release. I know TSR had a lot of different variables going on there with not being updated regularly and the fact that the game itself didn't have that much content. And hopefully Frontiers gets updated regularly, but at the same time, I want this game to have a lot of content. I'd love to be able to do side quests and do other things after I finish the main game. At the very least, I'd love to see more intuitive puzzles that really make you think, or have to level up Sonic, or maybe unlock some sort of new move to use on them later in the game to make the game kind of last longer. Speaking of combat, we actually did get to see Sonic punch a couple times throughout the gameplay trailer, so we know that Sonic has more moves than just homing attack and spin dash. And even with that in mind, we don't even know if spin dash is actually going to be a viable move in Sonic's asset in this game, because again, we don't know much about the combat feature in this game. In the end, I feel like this was a pretty okay trailer. I don't think it was the best thing to show off early on. I really think they should have shown a more diverse kind of trailer, showing us a bit of combat, a bit of world exploration, and all sorts of other things, but at the same time, we lack a lot of the information that we need to know before we actually get to play and look at this game. I feel like not knowing that information ahead of time and watching this gameplay trailer, it makes it kind of feel a little weird. But if we knew the information of what was going on, then I feel like this trailer could have been actually really interesting and really good because we know what's actually happening. In the end, this gameplay trailer is confusing because it gives more questions than answers. Fortunately, confusing is not always a bad thing, and we are likely to get answers as the days go on in June about this game. Hopefully, all our questions can be answered by the end of the month, but who really knows? But anyway, I now want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the Sonic Frontiers gameplay trailer? Are you guys excited for it? Did you hate it? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video if you enjoyed it. I create content like this and more all the time. Now is also a great time to shout out my legendary channel members. Thank you all so very much for supporting me and my channel and creating the best possible content that I can create. Videos like these would not be possible without you, and I praise the Lord for y'all every single day. Thank you all so very much. If you want to become a member of my channel, there will be a link in the description down below. But if you want to support through other means, I have a merch store, and you guys can check out all sorts of Sonicsta swag, whether it be t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, you name it, I got it. Check it out down there in the description below. But anyway, thank you all for watching. This is Sonicsta signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all.
Why are you playing that trash?